Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. So in today's video I'm going to share with you all the serums that I've been using and I actually like and that actually work. Now throughout the years I've used many serums, so I've just narrowed it down to a few serums that I always go back to whenever my skin is not feeling that great or my skin has some issues. I always go back to these serums. So if you want to know what these serums are, then please keep watching. Okay, so just to finish this off quickly, there are 3 serums that I use for my hair. One is this L'Oreal Paris Smooth Intense Instant Smoothing Serum, which has argan oil in it. Now this particular serum I've been using for years, for a very long time. And I also use this L'Oreal Professional Expert Serum. Now this particular serum I use only whenever I style my hair. This is quite thick when compared to this serum. Now after I wash my hair and before I could detangle my hair, I like using this because this instantly smoothens your hair and gives your hair a very silky soft feel, and it makes your hair really shiny. This particular one, because it's quite thick, I like using when I have styled my hair. Same thing, it makes your hair look really healthy, it gives you that shine and it makes your hair look really smooth and silky. Like sometimes when you use a straightener or a curling wand, it can make your ends look really dry. I like using this that time because it really gives you that instant smoothness. And the last serum that I like using on my hair is this Nature Tatwa's Moroccan Argan Oil. Now this is very thick. I think I spoke about this in one of my in my hair care routine. I like using this especially at the ends because as you can see, my ends are really dry. It gets very dry usually also, no matter how much I condition. After a few hours it does get dry. This has helped me a lot. This keeps the dryness away and keeps the frizziness away, but it is very thick. So if you use a little too much, then your hair will start looking oily and heavy, so you have to be really careful with it. I hardly use 1 to 1.5 pump for my hair. And I really like it. I usually concentrate this only on the ends, and this one I like concentrating it on the length here. So these are the 3 serums that I've been using for my hair, and they really help me with frizziness and dryness. Now moving on to the face serums. If you follow me, you know I'm a very big fan of the rosehip serum, rosehip oil. Yeah, this is a serum and I also use the oil. Now this has a very nice fragrance and it is much lighter when compared to the Nature Tatwa's rosehip oil. This is quite heavy and it has that strong rosehip smell. It doesn't have any fragrance. So I usually like using this on my neck, my elbows, my knees. Whenever it gets really dry, I like using this. Now this particular serum I like using on my face. I use it at night. Whenever you use this, you will wake up the next day and you will just notice that your skin overall looks really healthy, looks really plump, glowy, and I feel like over time this has evened out my skin tone. It just gives your skin this overall healthy look and feel to it, so I really like it. This also is really good, but again, like I said, the consistency is really thick, so I like using this on my neck and my elbows and knees. Wherever I feel really dry and crusty, that is where I like using this. Also, this has a strong fragrance, so that's why I prefer not to use this on my face because I feel like this is so heavy. If I use this on my face, I will break out. So that's the reason my voice just cracked. So that's the reason I like using this on my body and this on my face, and I absolutely love this. I've repurchased it again and I love using this on days when I'm not trying out any skincare products for you guys. I always go back to this and I use this because it just makes your skin feel so good. If I want something to brighten my face whenever my face is feeling dull, if I want that instant brightness or I want to wake up with bright skin, then these are the 2 serums that I go to. One is this Good Vibes Vitamin C and Vitamin E Age Defying Serum, and the other one is Alps Goodness Vitamin C Serum. Now this is like almost pure form of vitamin C, so it is really strong. I like using this only when I feel like I need that extra extra effort from a particular product to make my skin look good. Otherwise, I like using this. Same thing, this will make your skin look really bright. Whenever I look in the mirror and I feel like my skin is looking dull, I like using this at night, because the next day I wake up with brightened skin, with glowy skin. And this is not very heavy, it almost instantly absorbs into your skin, so it's really good for girls with oily skin, because this has a very light consistency. This, although I will not suggest for girls with oily skin, but if you're a girl with dry skin and you want that instant brightness, you want to wake up with really bright skin, then this is really good. Although this has a very strong fragrance, and if you are bothered by that, then this will kind of irritate you, but this has a very nice fragrance which usually goes away within few minutes. I like both these for days when my skin is not feeling that great, when it's looking dull. I like using these two, either of these two, and they really make a lot of difference in my skin. Now for pigmentation, I like using this DermDoc serum that has hyaluronic acid, salicylic acid, and brightening properties. Now this particular serum I don't use on my entire face, because I like using the other serums, but I definitely use this around my mouth and on my forehead, and it really helps with reducing those blemishes, reducing pigmentation. You can see a lot of difference, but if you are consistent with this. Now of course, these DIYs and all of that are really good, but you do need, if you have really strong and really dark pigmentation, you will definitely need that extra help, especially at night when your skin is repairing. So try this. This is a really good serum. This has helped me with my uneven skin tone around my mouth and my forehead, and I really like it. I personally like using this only on the affected areas, but if you have a lot of pigmentation, a lot of dark spots, then this is really good. Again, this does have a strong smell, slightly thicker in consistency, but nothing like, it's not going to get absorbed. Even if you have oily skin, you can use this, and I really like this. They come with a variety. They have a very these are times when I just go blank. They have a very big range of products for different skin types, for different skin problems. So you can check it out. I will leave the link below. And I really like this for blemishes, spots, and pigmentation. Now there are two serums that I like using during the time when I'm going to get my periods. Like 1 week before my periods, I like using these serums because they really help in controlling that extra sebum production. One is this tea tree plus mulberry oil control plus skin glow serum, and the other one is tea tree plus papaya oil control serum. Now both these serums are extremely light weight. The consistency is quite light, and like they mentioned, they do control oil. I have seen a lot of difference, especially during the time when I'm going to get my periods. This area gets really oily, and I usually have breakouts on my nose, or on this region here, or here. That's the place that I usually get. So whenever I want to prevent it, like there are days when I don't really care, but whenever I want to prevent it, I like using these serums at night. And even when you wake up in the morning, you will notice that your skin has not produced a lot of oil and sebum. Now this is very good for girls with oily skin. It will really help control your oil. Now especially during summers, if you feel like your skin gets very oily, then you can go in with these serums. I personally have a very dry skin, so I like using this only during those days when I'm going to get my periods and I want to control the oil production on my face. Both these serums have nice mild fragrance, and I like it. And like they say, they really help in controlling the oil. Now the next serum, I was very confused about this in the beginning. I really didn't know how to feel about this. This is Vayam Ayurveda Kumkumadi Skin Restorative Night Serum, and it's a very it comes in a very small packaging like this. I've used this about I'd say not more than 8 to 10 times. Now the first time I used this definitely broke me out, and I didn't really understand as to why that was happening, because I have extremely dry skin and my skin likes oils and serums, but this particular serum did break me out. Now of course, whenever I use something and it does break me out, I like to give it a break, but I try it again, because sometimes your skin is just reacting to different products. When you're using different products, it's just a reaction that you get in the form of breakouts. So that's the reason I like trying products. Now this has a very turmeric kind of tint in the oil. Let me just show you. Oh, I had removed the... As you can see, it has that yellow tint. Now at first I felt like it was doing nothing, but if you are consistent with this, you will definitely see a difference. Once my skin got used to it, I would apply this at night, and I would apply very little, because this is kind of heavy and it does not get absorbed into your skin that easily. So I would use very little, but every time I use this, I woke up the next morning with extremely brightened face. Now the tint does not stay. Once you wash off your face in the morning, it does go away. So I think this particular product or serum is really good for girls who are going to get married, but I would suggest you to try this 6 months in advance, so that even if you have breakouts, you know, your skin comes back to its normal state. But I have used this enough to tell you that this does work, but it's slow and you have to be really consistent. Now of course, I have my other serums, that's why I've not been that consistent with this, but I can tell you that whenever I've used it and I've woken up the next day, I can see a lot of difference in my skin. My skin feels extremely bright, and it feels really supple and soft. So if you are someone who is looking for something that is all natural and will work effectively but takes a little time, then this is the night serum that you should be going for. And it's this has a very similar smell as to the Kama Ayurveda Kumkumadi Tailam. It has a very similar fragrance, and it is not something that will bother you. Yeah, so like I said, if you are a bride and you want something that is all natural and really works, then you can go for this. But again, please try this 6 months in advance, so that you can see a difference by the time you get married, because this is slow, because it's all natural. It is slow, but it is definitely effective. And if you do break out, and if you are gutsy like me, then give it another try and you will definitely see a difference. So that's it for today's video, guys. I'm sure a lot of y'all must be thinking, don't tell me you use all these serums. I do. I use all these serums. I just like to listen to my skin and give it whatever it needs. It's very important to see what your skin needs and what its requirements are. So that's exactly what I do. On days when my skin is feeling dry and dehydrated, I like using a certain serum. When it's looking dull, I like using a certain serum, and it has been working really well. Give your skin what it needs, and your skin will be really thankful for that. So I will leave all the links to these products in the description box. You can check it out, and I will meet you guys in my next video. Until then, bye.